Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today, we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Martim Fernandes, the perfect Trent Alexander-Arnold replacement. For a while now, the focus has been on who Liverpool might sign at right back if Trent Alexander-Arnold does depart to join Real Madrid. But until today, we haven't exactly had to properly think about it. Everything appears to have accelerated, though, with the likes of David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano now suggesting a deal is close. So, we now have to address the elephant in the room. How do you replace Alexander-Arnold? He's a creative force of nature, and his defending wasn't ever as bad as some would have you believe. He's that good, you almost need multiple players to be signed to fill the void he's going to leave in the summer. There are pros and cons with a few of the rumored targets. Giviro Reid is seemingly liked by the club, as well as Arne Slot. Rumored to be a Liverpool fan, the young Dutch fullback is also on Barcelona's radar. Am I a fan of his? Yes, according to Sky Sports, he has a 99 similarity rating to Alexander-Arnold. The Jeremy Frimpong links just won't go away either. He'd count as homegrown, a big bonus right now, but I'm just not convinced he can play as a right back. Well, he can. I'm just not sure he can do a job defensively there. He's caught the eye for Bayer Leverkusen as a wingback, and there are no guarantees he can post the numbers he has been for the reigning Bundesliga champions while playing as a fullback. Defensively, there are question marks. This move is a gamble, all things considered. According to reports, he would cost £35 million, and we don't even know what his level might be at right back in the Premier League. In an ideal world, you'd just back Connor Bradley, but injuries mean he's unreliable. There's no other way to dress that up. Muscle injuries are plaguing him, and it makes it impossible to build around him as a starter. Right now, he's a squad player at best, and it must be frustrating because on talent alone, he could be a starter. I've been looking at right-back options for a while now, trying to theorize what we might do. Maybe we bring in a midfielder and use them at right-back. Maybe we bring in an athletic center-back to play the role and balance it by signing a Milos Kerkez profile for left-back. Maybe we move away from a playmaker at right-back. Maybe we bring in someone with experience. Lots of maybes. Do you rip up everything and start again? In a summer that already looks set to be filled with change? Do you bring in an experienced right-back and look to alter how they play in a bid to turn them into an Alexander-Arnold light? Do you bring in a kid with physical capabilities but who is lacking technically in the hope you can add that side to their game? There's a lot you could do in this scenario. The case for Martim Fernandes. You could just go with more of the same, though. Find someone who has a bit of Alexander-Arnold about them. Another player with a 99% similarity rating to the Liverpool fullback is Martim Fernandes. I spoke to Zeka, a Porto expert, about the 19-year-old right-back. One of the first things he said was, he's a traditional fullback, but his long ball passing is amazing. If Trent ends up going to Real Madrid, I think he is a solid candidate. Why is a 19-year-old with 1,125 minutes this season the player to replace the most creative right-back in history? Because, well, he's great. Obviously, he's still really raw, as most players are at that age, and we'd need to have patience as he develops. But he's come into this Porto side, and you wouldn't know he's a kid. He's a smart footballer and an athlete. The Portugal under-21 international is touching 6 foot. Watching him play, you wouldn't know he's a fullback. He's dynamic, press-resistant, and he has explosive pace over short and long distances. He can pick a pass and carry the ball. He ticks so many boxes. So many, in fact. I'm prepared to overlook the limited sample size and our questionable history when it comes to signing players from Portugal. I think he's the real deal. For Porto this season, his numbers are impressive, even at a glance. He's racked up 5 assists in the Portuguese top flight and has an expected assists per 90 of 0.31. For context, Alexander-Arnold's average this term is 0.28. On average, he's creating 1.76 chances per 90, has a 60% success dribble rate, and he's had over 70 touches per 90 with a pass success rate of 81%. Even as a snapshot, you can see he's doing everything you want an Alexander-Arnold replacement to be doing. Martim is seeing a lot of the ball. He's creative with it, and progressive. He ranks second across players under 21 in Europe's top 7 leagues for key passes per 90. The only player ahead of him is Desire Doe. According to Y-Scout, he's the 7th best player under the age of 20 in the world this season. What makes the Porto No 52 such an intriguing prospect, at least in my opinion, is how varied he is. He can